Sensing the Pattern of the Menorah in the 7 Days of Creation Week, Part 7 of 7 by Robert E. Burton. Day 7 is set apart to rest, to enjoy the fruits of labor. Genesis, Bereshith, chapter 2, verse 1a, English. Thus the heavens and the earth were completed. Verse 1a, Hebrew. Vaychulu hashamayim vehaaretz. Verse 1b, English. And all their array. Hebrew. Vechal tzevacham. Verse 2a, English. And on the seventh day Elohim completed. Hebrew. Vechal Elohim bayom hashavi'i. Verse 2b, English. His work which he had done. Verse 2b, Hebrew, Melachto asher asa. Verse 2c, English, and he rested. Hebrew, Vayishboth. Verse 2d, English, on the seventh day. Hebrew, Bayom hashavi'i. Verse 2e, English, from all his work. Hebrew, Mikal Melachto. Verse 2f, English, which he had made. Hebrew, Asher Asa. Verse 3a, English, and Elohim blessed. Hebrew, Vayvarech Elohim. Verse 3b, English, the seventh day. Hebrew, Eth Yom Hashavi'i. Verse 3c, English, and set it apart. Hebrew, Vaykadesh Otho. Verse 3d, English, because on it he rested. Hebrew, Kibo Shabbath. Verse 3e, English, from all his work. Hebrew, Mikal Melachto. Verse 3f, English, which Elohim created and made. Hebrew, Asher bara Elohim la'asot. Let me ask you a question. Since day 7 is a feast day about resting to enjoy the fruit of the labor, which sense organ relates to the seventh day? 1. The eye. 2. The ear. 3. The nostril. Or 4. The tongue. If you said 4. The tongue, you've got great taste. After working your other sense organs to see, hear, and smell the food, you use the seventh sense organ, the tongue, to enjoy the fruit of your labor. Do you notice that resting is necessary to really enjoy the taste of your food? Let me ask you another question. Which lamp of the menorah best approximates the position of the tongue? 1. A lamp from the right side. 2. A lamp from the left side. Or 3. The center lamp. If you said 3. The center lamp, you're right on the menorah, because you are centered on my point. The tongue is at the central mid-sagittal plane of the face. Since the central lamp is also at the mid-sagittal plane of the menorah, it's a very good match. I call day 7 the metaphorical tongue of Creation Week, because after your first 6 sense organs work to get the food, then rest is required to thoroughly enjoy the taste of the food by the sense organ we call the tongue. The Sabbath is also known to us as a feast day in which we enjoy the sweetness of rest. Notice how the pattern on the right, middle, outer, inner has repeated on the left. First 1, 2, 3 on the right, and then 4, 5, 6, respectively on the left. Then the seventh, the goal, is at center. Notice also how the pattern creates 3 sections: the right section, 1, 2, the left section, and 3, the central section. It's easier to see the 7 days, the 7 lamps, and the 7 sense organs, but it is a bit difficult to see the 3 sections in that pattern. However, in the tabernacle, it is easy to see the 3 sections, but takes some careful study to see the 7 stations that correspond with the 7 lamps of the menorah. Yahushua, as 1, was born, 2, died and was buried, 3, rose from the dead, 4, sent the Ruach HaKodesh, 5, will come to rule for 1,000 years, 6, will act as judge at the Great White Throne judgment at the end of the 1,000 years, all as objectives toward the goal of 7, the renewed creation, wherein we will eat the sweet fruit of the tree of life and drink the fresh water of life flowing from the throne of Yahuwah in the renewed Yerushalayim. The seeds of the pattern of the word of Yahuwah are found in creation week in Genesis and are harvested in their messianic fulfillments all the way through the book of Revelation. Are you sensing the pattern yet? Stay tuned for the conclusion of this 7-part series on sensing the pattern of the menorah in the 7 days of Creation Week, in which we will sum everything up and show how this all sets up the pattern which consummates in the 7 messianic events as we prepare for our next series.